terms have a lot of invisible parts to it, and it's very common for people when they see the terms to, since they don't see the invisible parts, to just assume they're not there. So we're going to go over the parts here that are invisible so that you will know what's there, because they affect how you're going to solve problems. So here is a term. Can you tell me what the invisible parts of this term are? All right, let's look at it. Is that what you wanted to write? So as we can see, there are a lot of different parts here. We've got the sign, we've got a coefficient, we've got two exponents, and we even have a multiplication sign. All right, so when are signs invisible? This is important for you to understand. What is the difference between an addition sign and a positive sign? When you see an addition sign, it means that we need to add. An addition sign also can be called an add sign or a plus sign. A positive sign does not add. We're not doing any adding. What does a positive sign mean? It means that it is to the right of 0. That's all the positive sign means, is that the number is to the right of 0. If there's a negative sign, again, that's different from a subtraction sign. If there is a negative sign, that means it is to the left of 0, okay? Notice here that there is no positive sign, and that's because we don't have to write it. If we don't see a positive sign there, that means it's an invisible positive sign. To the left of each one of these if we don't see anything, okay? The negative sign has to be written here, otherwise we would think it's a positive. That's why we always write a negative sign, and a negative sign is never invisible. So the difference, again, between the addition sign and the positive sign is that the positive sign tells us what direction or what side of 0 the number is on, and the addition sign tells us that we need to add. Again, and it's also called an add sign or a plus sign. Let's look at some examples here, okay? We have an expression. We have 2x plus 4 minus 3 plus 6x plus negative 5x, okay? So notice here, there is no positive sign here. That means this number is positive, okay? Why is this positive sign not invisible? Well, it's because it's also an addition sign. This sign right here is an addition sign. It's an add sign because we're adding these two terms together, but it is also a positive sign. And the reason why it's a positive sign is because it's right to the left of this number, okay? There's nothing in between it. So when we have an addition sign right next to a number, to the left of a number, not to the right of this number, but because it's to the left of this number, that means this is also a positive sign. So an addition sign and a positive sign can be the same thing. They mean two things. So this means we're adding these two, but this also means this 4 is to the right of 0. Let's look over here. Here, this negative sign is a subtraction sign. And it's also a negative sign. We know that it is a subtraction sign because it's telling us we need to subtract these two numbers together. But it's also a negative sign because it's right to the left of this number. So in this case, this is both a subtract sign and a negative sign. Here we have, again, can you tell me what this is? Is this a positive sign? Is this an addition sign? Or is it both? Correct. It's both. Because it is telling us that we have to add these two terms together, but then it's also directly to the left of this 6. So that means this 6 is to the right of 0. What about this one? Here we've got two signs. What is this? Is this an addition sign? Is it a positive sign? Or is it both? Now, if you're thinking, oh, it's a positive sign because it's right next to the 6x. Nope, it has to be to the left and has to be directly to the left. So this is not directly next to the 5. So this is only an add sign. It's an addition sign. This sign right here is only a negative sign. This sign right here is a negative sign because it is directly to the left of this number, which means this 5 is to the left of 0. So let's review again real quick. Here we have this sign, which is an add sign and a positive sign. It's add sign because it's adding these two terms together, and it's directly to the left of the 4. Here, this is a subtract sign and a negative sign because it's subtracting these two terms, but it's also directly to the left of the 3. This is an addition sign and a positive sign because we're adding, but it's also directly to the left of the 6. This is just an addition sign because we're adding these two terms together, but it's not directly to the left of a number, so it's just an addition sign. This is the negative sign because it is directly to the left of this 5. Signs are invisible when they are a positive sign and only a positive sign, not an addition sign. Signs. When are signs invisible? When they are only a positive sign and not an addition sign.